With me now is David Mencer, the former director of Labor Friends of Israel. I want to ask first, straight out, do you believe it is time for British Jews to perhaps leave a suitcase at the door?
Well, I think the experience, unfortunately, of Jews in Europe is always to know where your suitcases are, because that's the bitter experience which the Jews of Europe have. I think at this moment in time, it's a very serious moment for British Jews. We know that a third of British Jews in the latest surveys are already thinking about leaving the country. And I think this is the subject which is spoken about by, at most Jewish Friday night tables in the UK right now.
At some level, is it a bit of an overreaction, perhaps most clearly because Jeremy Corbyn is not in power and he's not calling for stripping away rights or laws or from Jewish citizens?
I don't think it's an overreaction at all. I think Jeremy Corbyn is a man who is very likely to be the next Prime Minister. I think he's in the game. He's the leader of the opposition. At the last election, he won 40% of the vote, even when people knew about his anti-Semitic background. So I don't think it's an overreaction at all. The question is about how Jewish people feel. You know, in essence, it comes down to this one point. How threatened do you personally feel as a British Jew living in the UK today? If you're starting to feel uncomfortable, if you don't like the way things are going, if you think that a Corbyn government would impinge on you not only because you're a Jew, but also because, you know, Corbyn is a communist. He doesn't see that as an insult. I mean, he happily parades himself as a communist. So, you know, if those things make you uncomfortable, then, hey, you know, there is today, thank God, a wonderful country on the Mediterranean, on the southern Mediterranean, called Israel, and it's a phenomenal country, and I'm living proof that moving here, it's certainly the best thing I've ever done.
Aside from Corbyn and his statements and these photos, what about the rising violence, the fear of violent attacks in synagogues and schools? How much does that weigh into it?
Look, in the first 6 months of this year, we've seen the second largest number of violent anti-Semitic attacks in the UK. So that's the second largest number. The highest was the first 6 months of last year. So, you know, these are worrying times for British Jews, and make no bones about it.
All right, David Mencer joining us here in studio. Very quickly, best decision you said you made of your life here.
Yeah. Look, this is a phenomenal country. I know news people like to look at the bad parts of Israel, but this is a great, great place where innovation and history merges in a fantastic balagan. You know, it's the best thing we've certainly done for my wife and my children moving here. It is a phenomenal country, and if Brits are wondering, shall I make the move or not, then I would say go for it, because you will never, ever regret it. This is a great place to live.
All right.